Hello there, my name is Edward Bolton, and for the last few years I've been working for the company Securitas, mostly monitoring properties across the island. I've gotten to know a lot of the residents, and I feel the experience has been really enhancing to my life. And all things were pretty decently peaceful until this virus happened.
Good evening. The Japanese visitor diagnosed with coronavirus following his trip to Hawaii is now in critical condition.
That according to Lieutenant Governor Josh Green, who also told us today the state has reached out to people here who may have been in contact with the man and his wife.
All of a sudden, my job took on a completely new character. I had to start going to work with hand sanitizer and a mask, not to mention the fact I had to wear gloves and keep as far of a distance away from everybody I met as humanly possible. At first, the homeless population didn't seem to really respond to these changes, but over time, as the local businesses and just the general public started acting differently to them, and soon after to follow, when we saw businesses not even allowing them to come in without a proper mask, well, that's where things started to become very real for them. Many of them started to ask me questions that I had to explain to them. They needed to know what this pandemic was, and a lot of them simply didn't have the resources to understand just on their own. I feel the role of public education is key here, but it's kind of hard to get it to people who don't have access to the internet, or people who simply don't have any sort of resources to understand the situation as it develops constantly. I did my best to update them with the current information that I had available. I shared the procedures of how they should interact with other people, the distance they should keep with each other. I provided them with hand sanitizer, and I gave them tips just to stay healthy. I was even put in the position where I decided to use some of my own money to buy them food, because many of them were actually banned from going into 7-Eleven and other stores that they relied on to eat. These same stores became places they just couldn't go because they didn't have the proper masks or gloves or hand sanitizer to be allowed in. These people were put in an extremely awkward position where they would have to beg passerbys who did have these materials to buy them food. I was happy to do my part, but at the same time, something about this just felt so wrong. It stressed me out, man. It made me feel a little bit helpless that when I wasn't there, they wouldn't have people there to buy food for them. They were put in a really stressful situation because of the lockdown, and because they had nowhere to go. This was their life. They couldn't social distance like everybody else. They couldn't stay locked up in their homes like the rest of us. It made me so appreciative for the life that I have, for all the wonderful things and family members that I have to support me. And it just made me want to do my part to support them. It really humbles you to know what some people go through. And despite the depression that I've faced during this lockdown, the hardships, the kind of meandering that I've gone through, the depression, it made me grateful for what I have. And in turn, it made me want to protect what I have. I live with a family of very old people. Both my mother and my father are both in their 60s, making them especially vulnerable to the coronavirus. This greatly concerns me because I could bring the virus home, and that virus could lead to one of them dying or being seriously hospitalized. It's changed my life. It's made me look inwards and make a commitment to keep them safe by social distancing and wearing a mask in order to ensure their safety. This lockdown has put a great responsibility on me. Sometimes it's depressing, sometimes it gives me anxiety, but I push past it all for my family. I've even had a lot of weird encounters while being out on the job. I've had homeless who have wronged me in the past, who've given me fake money in exchange for change just so they could con me. They came to me in need, and I gave them money. I gave them money out of the kindness of my heart, because despite the bad things they've done to me in the past, I still thought they deserved the money to live. I still thought they deserved a little bit of support in these dark and trying times. Sadly, after that, they were pretty ungrateful and demanded more, and I kind of told them off and got them to leave my property. Some people aren't grateful for the money they receive. Some people aren't grateful for the support, for the help that you provide. But that doesn't mean you have to stop being kind. If anything, it should make you more motivated to want to help people, because there are good people who are grateful for the help that they receive. I guess if there's one message I'm trying to get across here, is that we are all struggling right now. We all have things facing us, and we have to just understand that this will pass, that it will be over eventually. We can make it to the end of this year, and we can reopen. We can restart our lives. I've known and talked to so many people who are struggling, but this struggling will lead to our prosperity when we are free. Together as an island, we need to have love, kindness, and understanding. We need to help our fellow man and provide for each other. It can get better, and it will get better. We might lose some people along the way, but our community will stay strong. We will mourn those who have left us, and we will find a better tomorrow. So I'm asking everybody who watches this video, please help out those around you. Not just the people close to you, but other people that you see struggling and in need of help. Every person's contribution matters. And as a security guard, I know this. Many of the homeless have told me about the kind souls that have helped them along the way. We can all make a difference in our community, and we can do it safely and smartly. We know that there's a better way forward, and we're going to make it there together. We're a beautiful set of islands with even more beautiful people. So together, let's all make that better future. I just want to thank you all for listening to this video and for finding compassion in your hearts for those around you. I know it's going to be a struggle, but we're going to make it together. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say to you, thank you. And don't lose hope. We have tomorrow, and we're going to get there together. Thank you all so very much.